right. We live.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to the show. We late. And actually, this week, Mo was actually on time. Look how backwards we were. No.
It is what it is.
No, it is what it is. We going to keep it 100. You know, we going to keep it 100. We always keep it 100 with our people.
How about show order, please? Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Mash Your Gas Into. Okay, you gave me 1 point, and then you gave me another one. Was the second point to tell me that we was ready, or was that the first time? Oh, you was gonna get my attention. Okay, okay. We live though, right? Oh.
See, y'all get to see everything that happens. Y'all get to see it all. So.
Oh my God! Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Facebook land. Good morning, Twitter land. All around the world. Welcome again to Mash Gas Entertainment. Listen, I am your boy Q, and I am here with the MTG crew. Listen, we have a great show for you on today. The topic of the show that we're gonna be doing is we got just going out the box today. We're just going out the box because I just feel like we need to be out the box. Listen, make sure that you check us out for the rest of the year. Next week is going to be our last show. So we're going to got some fire shows for you as well. Make sure that you also just keep in contact with us because we got some real huge things coming. Real quick, let's introduce the crew and then our wonderful special guest all the way from around the corner on Victory Avenue. Victory Avenue. Okay, let's go ahead and I introduce her, and I have Hendrix actually introduce her. But let's go around the table. Miss Shimmy, good morning to you.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I am fabulous.
Fabulous?
Fabulous.
Praise the Lord.
Yes, yes.
My boy Hendrix is here with us this morning.
Morning, peoples.
I mean, you know, he had typical Aquarius this morning. We have to tell you what he did this morning.
Yes, the most this morning.
And then gonna blame it on me.
And then blame it on the guest.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Wow.
We're not going to go there.
We're not going to go there. Aquarius today, boy. Miss Mo Swag is in the house.
Hi, how's everyone doing?
I mean, you know, Mo, I am so glad. When Mo came, y'all, I gave Mo a hug because I miss Mo. I did. I really do miss you, Mo. And so, you know, whatever.
So whatever.
So,
Okay.
listen, we have a special guest, like I said, all the way from around the corner on Victory Avenue. I'm going to let my boy Hendrix introduce her because, you know what, she really actually needs no introduction. Yeah, she really don't.
Yes.
She really don't. But I'm going to let my boy Hendrix introduce her. Go ahead.
So, special guest today, we have the lovely Miss Tashara Parker.
Thank you.
Miss Parker, thank you so much.
Yeah. H-Town finest.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, H-Town's finest, but she's also an Aggie, so we're going to show her love.
Absolutely.
Okay, okay.
So how you doing this morning?
I'm good. I am good. Great to be here. Thank you for inviting me. He's been trying to get me out here for the last,
Month.
Absolutely.
But you know.
Yeah, but we made it out here. But no, it's cool. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, and you know, the thing is, so Tashara is not from the DFW area.
Right.
So, you know, she comes in, number one, how I met you was really, really strange.
Ain't it crazy?
So we actually met at an alumni event.
Okay.
And I didn't, you know, I just thought she was an Aggie, normal person. I didn't know she was all famous
I am
and
a
stuff.
normal person.
Yeah, well, you know.
You have to be normal.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I didn't know she was like big time. I was just, oh, she's sweet. And she's nice.
Oh, she's sweet.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't that shade. You're actually a sweet girl.
It might have been some shade.
Oh, she's sweet.
Yeah.
No, it was because the first time I met her, it was like, oh, you know, and you were being introduced by mutual friends, and so Shannon introduced me. It's like, oh, okay, she's sweet, and you were just running around talking to people. It's like, oh, okay, and I had no idea who she was.
Wow.
Wasn't no starstruck, no nothing.
No, but she's a sweet girl.
We get it. She's chocolate.
Absolutely.
Chocolate kids,
Chocolate
you
is
know
really
you like
sweet,
little sweet chocolate.
No,
You know what? Let's
Yeah,
we already late. Okay, we already late. Okay, so to Tashara, do us a favor. Okay,
Yeah.
if you guys don't know who Tashara is the traffic reporter on WFAA Channel 8. I am up with Daybreak.
Yes.
Okay.
I am the morning news ensemble anchor. That's part of the role too. Also a traffic reporter. And then here soon I'll be anchoring our 11 o'clock shows on 2 days a week. So
What?
yeah.
Okay, girl.
All right, congratulations.
Awesome.
Like,
That's
yeah.
good, baby. That's
Absolutely.
good.
Yeah.
Listen,
It's pretty dope. It's a blessing for sure.
Yes, it is.
I mean, we love. I mean, trust me. I'm sure we're all gonna be following you and supporting you, and you'll be seeing comments like, man, good job, whatever the case it is, because we love to press and push our own people,
Yeah.
And one thing about the show, other than disruptions, one thing about the show.
It was an accident.
I know it's an yeah, so like I was saying, we definitely, are glad to have you here, and we love to push any person, any, celebrities, anyone that come across our way, from whether you're near or you far. So thank you so much for coming.
Course,
we really do
I
appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all inviting me.
Absolutely. Okay, let's go ahead and get with the show real quick. Okay, so you just gonna keep the show all to yourself.
I'm sorry.
The,
I'm being selfish today.
Why you being
Because
selfish
you yelled at me
today?
this morning.
I did not yell at you.
You yelled softly.
Why
Oh. All right then. Well, but my phone is up there. Can somebody put up the article for me? Let's talk about Miss Melania Trump versus the professor.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk about her real quick. And what's going on with this impeachment thing. I want to touch on it just a little bit. Okay, so what happens is that on Wednesday, after the hearing or whatever the case is, you guys know that the impeachment inquiry were mostly made up of professors, legal professors that they were talking to, analysts. They had called a couple of witnesses, but it really wasn't something that they're supposed to pull out this week. Now they're supposed to pull all the stops supposedly this week. Well, this young man made an actual comment in regards to the president, and let me see if I can find it. It says the Constitution says that there can be no titles of nobility. So while the president can name his son Baron, he can't make him Baron. Now, Baron, a Baron, what is Baron? I think the more that I can describe it is something as royalty, like a prince.
Right.
Okay. So the insinuation that Trump is not being a good dad at this moment was kind of, was it good? Was it bad? I mean, because my thing is, everybody looks at him, their way or whatever. I'm not really his biggest fan, but I don't think that anybody's children should be brought into situations.
That's how
Right.
I think
You
she
know.
shouldn't have brought his child in. The professor shouldn't have brought the child in to begin with.
Right.
That kid, 13 years old, they got enough stuff they got, they dealing with nowadays. I just don't think that you should do that with any child.
With any child,
Yeah.
right?
But with him, it's part of it. You're in the public eye. Your father's the president.
No.
Yeah, but if they came after
No,
one,
not as far as coming after them
right?
in that aspect, but with them being out there in the public light like that.
Of course.
They did the same thing to Obama. They
Yeah.
did the same thing to Chelsea Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
So, but as far as attacking them, it is a true statement that you should not go after any child. But the criticism and the openness and the critiques are going to be there because they're in the public eye.
Yeah.
But then again, from taking the role of the presidency out and businessman out, from a parenting standpoint, I can't fault Donald Trump as a parent, because one thing I can say about his parenting is, number one, that he loves his kids,
Which he should.
and number two, until they're adults, he protects them from the public eye.
You're supposed to.
And so, on that aspect, I have no qualms with it, because I thought it was very interesting. The people had their own beliefs or whatever about Melania keeping Barron in New York for 6 months to allow him to finish school and da 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 da. And to me, that's a great parenting move. I didn't see any problem with it.
Well, but at the same time, I still kind of agree that we should leave the kids out. But at the same time, you're the president of the United States, and everybody wants to know what kind of dog you have, and how many kids do you have? What are your children's names? Are you going? How old are they? What school are they going to?
But that ain't no different than any normal celebrity.
That's what I'm
You wanna
saying.
know what everybody's business is. So you kind of have to expect it, and as being a celebrity or in the public eye, you do kind of want to shield your children a little bit more. But they gonna come home crying like the rest of them at some point in time, because somebody's gonna be, bringing them into the situation.
I think too, overall, like if the professor, if she would have made a statement barring bringing in the kids in, period, if she would have made a statement that was helping with her argument,
Yes.
when it comes to the impeachment inquiry, if that statement would actually help the argument, then maybe it wouldn't have been as terrible as it was, or some people are making it out to be. But the statement really didn't help with the argument that they were trying to make at the time. It didn't have any supporting anything. She's a very smart woman, so she knows what she's doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just don't feel like that statement was really necessary in the situation that she was in with the audience that she had.
Right.
Because it didn't add any value to the conversation.
Right.
Absolutely.
Very, very true.
Okay, next topic. Let's go ahead. Kamala Harris. She drops out of the race.
We knew it was coming. But we knew it was coming. We talked about that a couple weeks ago.
It's not that we knew it was coming.
We
It's
just-
that I predicted.
I mean,
it. And
me and Mo,
I
we
said it
kind
from
of
jump.
said it
She
from
didn't have a
jump.
stronghold. She never identified with one
Mm-hmm.
particular group, and I
Right.
think that's what she wanted to do. But that doesn't resonate when you're trying to attract. Okay, you're a black woman. Do you want to attract to black people? But you remember your mother's an Indian. Do you want to attract those people, or do you want to attract the cops because you're supposed to be a tough on cops kind of attorney general? So she didn't resonate. She didn't attract. She didn't hold her own with anyone. But you know, she still has $10 million because she's got to run for Senate again. So she'll get reelected.
Yeah.
And then
She'll
when
get
a
elected
Democrat
Senate,
gets in
yeah.
office, she will be appointed attorney general.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it
Yeah.
goes.
I think she'll do good.
So she didn't lose anything.
I think she does good on a state level. I mean, as far as like a whole nation, you know, like as a president, I don't know.
Well, I just think
Her women's rights stand, I just really didn't vibe with her.
she didn't have a strong.
She didn't have a strong stance as far as women's rights and being open, you know, to what women are really looking for.
Well, and see, my issue with her was not so much where she was trying to fit in. It was I wanted to see her evolution as from her time as a DA.
But she couldn't even speak to that.
Right. And she never even touched on that, because as a DA in the DA in California, you were known for locking up tons of black and Hispanic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure she didn't say, let me lock up all the Hispanic and black men, but those crimes that they commit, she was tough on. And she was only tough on those because she needed the votes.
And again,
You know? So
and this is where I was trying to give her a pass, because I truly believe in the evolution of a person.
Right.
So if you're going to evolve, then show me your evolution. And she never, I was waiting to see it, but I never got that like,
You know
okay,
why, probably?
I've evolved.
She danced around a lot of stuff.
You know why?
Exactly.
Because her campaign manager was her sister. And I
Family
understand
can't do
keeping it
anything.
all in the family,
Mhm.
but if you're not the best qualified,
Right.
and then her other henchmen or the underlings, they've never run a national campaign. She should have gone outside. She should have gone to DC. She should have gone to Pennsylvania. She should have gone to Florida and said, look, I need help running a national campaign. They were all Californians. And
needed
they
Kerry
only
Washington
run
on her side.
California type. You
Yeah.
know?
Kerry Washington on her side.
Okay,
That
we'll
was-
go through.
So
She
could
would have
have
won that.
No, she didn't need Karen Washington. She needed Olivia Pope. Let's
Okay,
get it
yeah,
right.
okay,
She
okay.
didn't need Karen. She needed
needed
Olivia
Olivia
Pope.
Pope.
That's who she needed.
I mean,
No, you know what she needed? She needed Joe Morton.
Let me tell you something.
She needed
Oh, yeah.
Daddy Pope.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you something. Y'all being nice and technical and political. You know, my thing is this. My thing is
Hey,
this.
Medea.
No, Q. No. The thing is that Kamala Harris, from jump, I knew that she did not have what it could take to beat Donald Trump. I don't care about her record. That is impressive. While all of that stuff is wonderful, she did not have the goods to beat him.
Yeah.
You know, and so the thing
Give me
for
an example.
let me give you an example. Donald Trump, first of all, is a businessman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's a calculated mover.
Mhm.
He's loud. He's boisterous. He doesn't care. That's kind of actually one of the things I like about him, is that he don't care what people think about him. But you know, I digress. He don't care what people think about him, and he feels like he's above everything. Okay, he's tactical on how he makes his money. He knows who to make rich to pull where money's come from. He has the people in places to continue to feed his pockets while he sits in office, while breaking the law at the same time, and have the Democrats scrounging like rats trying to find out what he did. And while in the meantime, while he has allegedly done everything that he said, everybody around him seems to get caught but him. So he's smart, he's tactical. So that's a good businessman.
Because he got that.
I mean, like a living Victor Newman up in this piece.
He's Teflon Don. He's just like Clinton.
Well,
Clinton,
what I'm
did
saying
everything
is,
under the sun, and yet nothing's.
but that's what I'm saying. But we're talking about, even though Clinton got impeached for fellatio. I mean, come on, that's just what it really was.
Don't forget Whitewater.
Yeah, but Clinton wasn't part of Whitewater. What I'm saying is that this man has blatantly obstructed justice. We're talking about national security here, okay? And so what I'm saying is
that fall guys.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. There are a lot of people that are taking the fall for the things and conversations that they're trying to defend, and things are steady coming out. So, but anyway, didn't really want to go there. And I know you have something to say, but I just want to say that Kamala, I'm glad she's gone. God bless your heart. We'll see you next time.
Right.
Wow.
And the next person I'm ready to drop out is
Corey.
Corey been gone.
Corey
We're
gone.
gone.
Yeah, you been.
Yang.
No, I want to see what Yang gonna do.
Okay.
I want to see what Yang gonna do against Bloomberg.
Yeah. And see, this is what I found very foul. I found it very foul that Bloomberg jumps in so late.
Bloomberg's smart, bro.
But he can do it.
He can do it because he don't have to
Yeah.
fundraise. And to me,
And he already has name recognition. Everybody else was trying to get name recognition.
true. However, to me, he should have been part of the debate process.
No.
Absolutely. To me, that.
What did you learn out of the debates, though?
I learned nothing.
I learned
absolutely nothing.
No,
Absolutely
no.
nothing.
You may not have learned anything from an informational standpoint, but what I did learn was how each one of those individuals handle themselves when they're getting attacked and how they fight back. So as on a presidential level, what you have to also look at is when you go to all these summits, how are they going to handle themselves when they're getting attacked? How are they going to handle themselves in the midst of a debate and debating their stance?
I'm taking it to the streets.
Forget
TV arguing.
I really wish the Democrats would grow a backbone. I really wish they would.
Grow backbone and what, Mo?
Republicans fight dirty though.
They don't
And
even
Democrats
fight.
don't fight that dirty.
You know, it's across the board. They're just all attacking Trump or trying to attack Trump or trying to attack each other. I need them to come together and say, this is our plan of action.
I'm sorry, baby.
The DNC needs to be more involved with, which they're not, because they're having their own problems. I'm just tired. Instead of having 34 folks, go get Bloomberg. Because Bloomberg is a white man against a white man. Bloomberg is a billionaire against a maybe millionaire, because we ain't seen his tax returns.
He's not going to show you them taxes.
Because he ain't no millionaire.
Why you think he moved to Florida?
I know.
Why you think he changed his residence to
I
Florida?
told you. I know the 3 states for debtors.
Yeah. That's
Florida,
exactly.
Pennsylvania,
Mm-hmm.
and where else?
Texas.
Very good, Texas.
Yeah.
Someone was listening.
Yeah. Because this is the thing. Why would you? And see what I find very interesting is that as soon as he got close to we're gonna possibly release all your taxes, all of a sudden you change your residency to Florida so you can be protected.
That wasn't coincidence.
It wasn't a coincidence.
That's why Jordan is there. That's why Tiger's there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Cosby's in Pennsylvania.
Then why is every time I go to Florida, I don't see none of them? That's what I want to know.
Because
They probably don't hang out where you hang out.
Yeah, because you have to understand that in Florida, you
I ain't fancying her.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say that.
Excuse me.
I'm
So
just saying.
you do realize in Miami that they have an island with just millionaires on it.
Yeah.
There's an island in the middle of Florida that just has millionaires on it.
So you saying I ain't got $1 million? You don't know what I got.
Yeah, you know
You're
what?
not on the island, are you?
You ain't on the island.
I just
Island.
choose to blend in. Me and Tashara, we just gonna blend in. We
Uh.
ain't got to look like celebrities, okay? We just gonna blend
You
in.
in DFW. You ain't in my MIA. You gonna be all right.
I mean, hold up, bro. I mean, but what's wrong with all of that, though?
DFW.
There's plenty of them here, too.
Look,
Yeah,
hey,
absolutely.
I'm on my own island.
Speaking of which, okay, this is so long. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Mo.
The car that I almost hit this white car coming here
Mhm.
that the door didn't swing up.
Lamborghini?
it was just opposite. It didn't swing out, but anyway, I almost hit him. Some light skinned guy who almost got his car.
Was it a Lambo door that swung up?
Yeah, didn't know I was trying to.
Or was it a gold wing door? It didn't
Well,
open
you know what
normally.
though? These days, some Nissans have doors that open like opposite ways.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
you can get some really nice cars with those
You
doors.
go
But
to
suicide
roll through the hood about
Yeah.
2 o'clock.
You might
Okay,
see all
good.
kinds of-
Okay.
Wow.
Maybe not Nissan, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
just common cars have
Okay.
that now too.
Because I was like,
know,
AAA
see
may
another
not pay
crowd
for
with
that, but okay.
doors that don't open. Like, this gonna be a problem, sir. Sir, where are you going? That is a
Right.
car. Where are you going? With
You
some
know
white
what?
doors on it.
Because I
Wow.
was scared.
All right.
And then you say, I ain't no drug dealer.
Sorry.
Take us a break real quick.
Sorry.
Listen, everybody, we
Sorry
appreciate you, following us and stuff like that. Make sure you share this video, guys. Share this video, like this video, give us some hearts, some smiley faces, all that good stuff. When we come back, we're going to jump into talking about the food stamp thing that the Donald Trump people doing. And then we're going to move on with the show. Then we're going to move on, the Donald Trump people. And then we're gonna move on. Listen, we're gonna continue our conversation with our girl, Mr. Shara Parker is here. Oh my God! Like I'm like so honored, like for real. I'm like, I had to come in like all cute today.
Oh, that's what you trying to do.
I'm cute anyway. And then I cut my hair off too. I cut my hair off. Everything, baby. I took it back to the kid and play day. Don't play with me.
Oh, please, you saw that video. Kid and play looking like, what do you say, old and adult and work? Not
Yeah,
kidding.
adult and work.
I didn't even fall out.
Anyway, we finna go out, y'all. These are some of my favorite songs. Okay, we got "Curtains" by DF Generation. I don't know who it is. I think you picked that song.
No, actually,
No, that was me. That's actually
Reggie picked
that's
that
the
song.
Dungeon family.
Oh,
Second
okay.
generation.
Y'all know I don't do good with African.
Don't worry about it.
And then my personal favorite. This is the first song my best friend ever sung to me ever in life.
Aww.
"Never Lie" by Immature. I miss him so much. May he rest in peace. And she twerking. We're gonna do some more church twerking if you watching us behind the scenes. Y'all know
We'll be right back.
So Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, y'all get to see behind the scenes as always. And I'm trying to figure out who picked this song, She Twerking.
Me.
Oh, you picked
I
it.
said these are some of my favorite songs.
So everybody look.
No,
The
Reggie
music
picked the
theme
first.
today is MTG Crew favorites, right? And so these, the songs that are playing now, one is Hendrix's favorite, and the other two are Miss Shami's favorite. And so she gonna do some chair twerking for y'all, and we gonna see how this gonna work. See, she
I'm good at the church twerk, baby.
a chair twerk.
A chair twerk. I tried to twerk last week when I had my thigh-high boots on. They kept falling down because my thighs ain't that big no more.
Okay.
Club last week, and they was just kind of rolled. They kind of slid down.
Yeah.
So I went to twerk, and I brought it back up and brought my pants up with it.
What?
Yeah, you have to play it on real good.
Oh my God.
I'm not intentionally trying to lose all this weight. So my thigh-high boots
Yes,
don't
sir.
That cable,
really fit.
braided cable you can plug in to the phone to charge it.
Okay, the braided cable.
It's a 10-foot cable right on
I'ma
top,
show you, Mom.
right next to the cup.
I am. I'm gonna show you how, girl, a good twerk to pull your boots up.
That's a C cable. You can take that
Or
white
that
cable out
twerk
and
where you
plug
pull
it
your
in.
dress down.
Wait, you pull your dress? How you pull your dress down?
Because like
I thought you had to pull the dress up.
No.
Tashara, do you know anything about twerking?
I know a lot about her.
twerk girls. Let me see what you got. Well, when they come on, we gonna give them a little. We gonna give y'all some twerk lessons. Don't worry.
We don't twerk in that way.
Who don't?
Not on video.
Who don't?
See, this is why I'm glad social media.
This why y'all not celebrities.
That's true.
This is why I'm glad social media was not around when I was in high school and college.
Why? You been out there?
I'm
Look,
just
let me tell you
saying.
something. We wouldn't be broke.
No.
Be out here.
We wouldn't be broke
If
on
social
that
media
one.
were around when I was in college, we wouldn't be in college. We wouldn't have jobs.
Y'all wouldn't even have. You probably wouldn't have jobs, Mo.
It would be so commonplace, you know.
That song was hitting though.
What? This one? Ooh.
That song was hitting back in the day though. For real.
That's my favorite song.
Never Lie by
The concert
Immature.
is
Oh, yeah.
next week.
What concert?
Immature.
Go back. tour.
Yeah.
Immature, Jay Holiday,
You go?
Ray J. I was, but it's my dad's birthday.
Ray
So-
J.
Hey everybody, what's up?
No, see, my
What's
daddy
going
is still
down?
Mavericks game. The Heat gonna be here next week.
All right, who is on? Let's see who's on. Oh, good morning. Oh wow, there's a lot of y'all jumping on. Thank you so much. Share this video, y'all. Share this video. We appreciate that. We want to get like at least 500 to 1,000 views per show. That's what we aiming at. So share this video. We're gonna read some of your comments in a minute. Hey sis, oh my God, Vincent, all y'all, thank you so much. Do that. Hey, make sure you also go to thepartyawards.com. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's wrong. It's the afterparty.com/party awards and vote for Master Gas for the life of the party. Make sure you do that.
I'm sorry. He did have 3 good hits, and they was all in that video.
You should have done more videos for Vivid.
Well, I mean,
Who y'all talking about now?
Ray J.
Ray J. I told her hold it to
I
them.
know
Hold
what
it.
he's saying.
He Brandy look better.
He sounds just like her.
That's all
He sounds just like
And
her.
she sound like a man.
No, Brandy, let me tell you something. Brandy
Is she a
has
alto? She's
Brandy. You gonna give me a heart attack because she's one of my favorite artists.
She's my favorite too because I sure want to be there. All of that
Brandy.
is me.
Now, you know what? I didn't know who Brandy was till she did that song with Monica.
Well, Monica's
Oh,
my
my
girl.
God.
Monica is my girl.
Bro, what is wrong
Brandy
with
came out
you?
before Monica.
Exactly. Because
What is going
Monica's
on with
I
you?
need you to
Monica's
decide.
Monica's first album. Oh my God! I used to
I
listen
didn't
to
realize
that.
Monica was that young when she first came out.
Oh yeah.
Monica was hood though. That's what I liked about her. She was pretty, but she was good.
With these long teeth.
Yeah, I think that's what attracted me to her and the Brat. Cause I said the Brat was bad back in the day before while she had on all the baggy clothes and everything.
I love Brad now.
The Brat
I
is
absolutely
bad.
love
Everybody was
her
like,
now.
the Brat. I was like, look, trust me, when you see her, and then they did that Ladies Night
Yeah,
video,
it's pretty, though.
and then she had on a bikini. Everybody saw what I was talking about.
What?
Y'all not
Her
twerking?
head,
What is that?
nah, y'all missed it. Y'all had to look at her real close. She had her head in her
Oh
phone.
wow.
That's how you know it's gonna be on.
Oh,
No
wow.
matter what you're doing.
Okay.
But the Brad, I love her. If you ever watch
I think
what is
she's
it,
good.
grown up hip hop
Mhm.
Atlanta. She's on there with
Jermaine
Bow
Dupri.
Wow and Jermaine Dupri.
Whatever happened to him?
So,
Nothing. He
Jermaine
just stopped
Dupri.
growing.
He got, well, he got a divorce.
Not
from
Jermaine.
Janet.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Bow Wow.
Bow Wow. Oh, he
Yeah,
just
he
keeps
on,
getting into just destructive
what-
relationships. He done been in jail a couple times.
what's that show that he on now?
I
What's
thought he was
Growing
on
Up
like
Hip
the
Hop.
CSI show. He was on
I
a
ain't seen him on
CSI show where he was like a tech dude. And I remember seeing him, I was like, oh, look at that, Bow Wow.
Well, you know Lil Bow Wow, he went from Lil Bow Wow.
So how you
to
get
Bow
out? How do you
Wow.
go back? Like how do you go back? I mean, I want to get out of there. I'm sure I've already shared and posted, so I need to come back.
Y'all.
I hate him. I hate him.
Look,
Y'all
we
can
don't
be
use
cute.
iPhones.
It's
We don't
a
use
swipe.
iPhones.
It's
I
a
don't-
swipe.
I don't
Didn't you
use
just hear me say that earlier? I said everything
don't
on
use
iPhone is a
iPhones.
swipe.
Oh my
You gotta
God,
swipe up,
I'm
you
so
gotta swipe down, you
embarrassed.
gotta swipe to the left, you gotta swipe to the right. Everything is a
Oh,
swipe.
Tashara, I'm so embarrassed.
Why?
Oh my
Man,
He
God.
don't do an iPhone.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he don't do iPhone.
Because I was
He
trying to
don't know
learn how to
get
go
out.
back because I'm looking at the show on this phone and it's an iPhone and I don't know how to work them, because I don't. We're Androids, Android users. I am,
Let me
and
get
you
my
can't
little
ask Mo
in
because
while
Mo
we
don't know
do
what she's
all this.
doing, and she got an iPhone, but Miss Shannon has an iPhone and she knows what she's doing. So I done asked her.
Okay.
I got a car too, and I don't know how to change the oil. Hell, I mean,
Hey,
Oh,
welcome
oh.
back. Welcome back. Hey, as always, for everybody on After Party Radio that's listening to us, if y'all want to see the behind the scenes and all the kerfuffle that happens
Oh, there
behind
we
the
go with
scenes.
that word again.
Yes, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Fuffle.
Let me tell you how many
Judge
times
Judy
you messed up
word.
that word 15 times when
That's
you
a
first
Judge
heard
Judy word.
Yeah,
La
so,
la 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 la.
and if y'all want to see all that, make sure you check out our YouTube and Facebook channel, and y'all can
Listen.
our Facebook channel, our YouTube page.
Let me tell you something.
Y'all can see
I know you
everything.
love Judge.
Let me tell you something.
I know you love
You
Judge.
do not talk about Judge Judy
Why
in my
not?
presence. Because Judge Judy is she is the bomb. The
She about to blow
bomb.
up.
She is the
Because you're
smartest.
making that money.
Judge Judy's the smartest person in the world right now.
Oh.
In the world.
Oh.
She's smarter than the smartest genius to date.
Oh. Says who?
Yeah, okay.
Says me.
Okay.
Okay, and you're the whole world.
No, I'm the host of this show. High five.
That's all you use. I ain't talking to you no more.
So Let's move on with the show.
Move on with the show. Listen, make sure that you guys get your tickets for the Party Awards.
Yes.
Mo, tell us when the Party Awards is, and you got the flyer right there in your face. Come on, Mo, help us
All
out.
right, the Party Awards are
We're gonna win
Saturday,
that thing.
December 28th. And you know where they're going to be? At Winfrey Point on White Rock Lake.
Yes.
So that's 950 East Lawther Drive in Dallas, Texas, 75218. But the most important thing is their after party awards. It's going to be so much fun on Saturday, December 28th. It's after December 25th. Y'all don't have anything else to do. Y'all trying to get out of the house because you're tired of Santa and that tree and everything. So come and have fun with us. December 28th, after party awards.
And the theme for the show.
Ooh, the
Players
theme
Ball.
is the Players Ball.
Players
So
Ball.
all
I
the
found
pimps,
my outfit.
all the pimps
Players
that want to
Ball.
be pimps,
Yeah,
come on out.
What you win? Well, I found these very nice, sleek little black pants with the slit up the side. And I got my little pimp hat to go with it. I'm straighten there with my
Oh.
12-inch heels on.
Suck it,
She
suck
said
it.
12-inch heels.
Single people can wear them kind of heels. We wear them big heels.
That was
That's
sexy.
nice.
That sounds like a sexy.
I ain't mad at
Because
you.
after I wear that one time, you ain't gonna see me anymore.
See,
Nice.
those are shoes that I call shoulder shoes.
Shoulder
Real
shoes.
Because
when
they're
you
not
do it,
meant
you
to
put
be
it on the
walked
shoulders.
in.
Yeah.
They're meant to be on shoulders.
On the shoulders.
What? Preach.
You didn't know that? Oh yeah.
Woo! I ain't mad at you.
I cannot.
We're supposed to be being civilized, Reggie. Today we got guests.
But we are. That's a civil. That
was a civil way of saying
He was
it.
doing good.
Yeah, it was a good civil way of saying it.
Yeah, he didn't say.
But those shoes are not meant to be walked in.
Head, shoulders.
He didn't say it with the shoulders and he didn't say that with a pillow under you. He didn't. See, he could have.
Wow.
You don't
You
need
know
no
what?
pillow. Anyway, moving
Let's
on.
move
Let's
on.
talk about Reggie
Wow.
always get us off topic. He always get us off the topic.
Y'all
Just
just,
talking
y'all
about
just
party
get out of
awards.
here, and I don't
Talking
want
about
to
party
get
awards.
too. I don't want to take my clothes off.
What
Type
you got?
conversation.
No, you
You
can
got
leave a
two
little sweater
sweaters
on. Leave a little sweater
Look
and
here.
a collar shirt on.
Let's not get into all your exploits.
Anyway,
not. So
moving
the next
along.
Moving along. Exactly. Moving along.
What are we talking about?
Nearly 700,000 people will lose food stamps with USDA work requirement change. The Trump administration's change, rule change would limit the state's abilities to provide residents access to food stamps. It also says here that we're taking action. This is coming from the Agricultural Secretary Sonny Perdue and Brandon Lips. They're saying we're taking action to reform our SNAP program in order to restore the dignity of work to a sizable segment of our population and be respectful of the taxpayers who fund this program. Americans are generous people who believe it is their responsibility to help citizens while they encounter a difficult stretch. That's the commitment behind SNAP. However, like other welfare programs, it was never intended to be a way of life.
Okay.
All right. This article was also provided to us by NBCNews.com. All right. So, Mo.
I agree.
Me too.
Me three.
$5.5 billion saved over 5 years. Those people 18 to 49 without any children. The ones just single, able-bodied. You know who that's gonna kick? Those people who are in college.
Mm-hmm.
And those people who are not gainfully employed. Because I've always said from the very beginning, I think if you are not employed and you're sitting on the couch, you don't need any food stamps because you're not exerting any energy. You're not doing anything. You're not wasting, you're not losing any, you're not doing anything to garner needing $200 to $300 a month for food stamps. Now, if you are working, I believe you should get food stamps.
Absolutely.
Because there are a number of people who are working for Time Warner Cable, I'm putting it out there, AT&T, Walmart, who qualify for food stamps. And they should receive those. But these are only the people from 18 to 49 without any children, and those who are disabled, those who are mentally disabled, and the elderly are still going to receive.
Well, I think that people with children should still be able to get them.
No, but 18 to 49 without children are the ones who they're removing.
Oh,
I ain't got no food stamps, and I'm mad, and I'm sick of y'all paying for y'all food stamps.
Well,
and then when it comes holiday time, I ask you for $20 in food stamps, and you acting like you don't. And my tax dollars gave you that $20 that you got, so I should be able to go to the store, swipe your little card, and give me my turkey, my ham, and everything else. That ain't fair.
Absolutely.
But here's my issue with this. My issue with food stamps is always, if you are working a full-time job,
yes,
and you're working for a company that does not provide you a living wage, why is it the taxpayer's responsibility to supplement their income?
Well,
that should be put on those companies. And if those companies are not paying their employees a living wage, tax the hell out of them.
Well, no, a living wage for one person. Okay, so a living wage for a person who's single with no kid, $30,000. They can do it. They can make it do what it do. But a living wage, $30,000, a mother of two,
it's a little harder.
Particularly when you have daycare, that's $300, $250 a week.
And again,
so, but a living wage, if you're talking about thank you for calling, is $15 to $17 an hour. It's not like, and I'm not dogging out anyone who does it, because I've done it. Thank you for calling. This is mine to do.
I'm still
but
doing it, but I don't make
it's not the same as being in a lab making something. It's not the same as saving a life in a hospital. So if you want more, you got to do more. So don't penalize the major companies who are offering them great benefits and insurance, but not necessarily wages.
I will say too, I may be the sole person who don't completely agree with the way that they're doing this. Mind you, this was already voted down in a farm bill. But anyway, I will say this. You mentioned the 18 to 49, maybe some of the kids that are in college. And I know when I was in college, I'm pretty sure at some point I got food stamps because I needed it back then. And it was a struggle just to even make ends meet back then. And I was actually working as a student worker. I get it. I was still working, but at the same time, that was really difficult, and a lot of people can't balance those things all the time. And so, you know, you got to think about all the people that will be affected by it, especially when you're giving billions and billions of dollars to agribusiness because of the trade war that we're in, that we're not supposed to be in right now. But anyways, you know what I mean? I just think that we got to look at the whole picture when it comes to this and the people that will be affected. Yes, I don't like paying taxes as much as the next person, especially when I'm not benefiting from some of the things that are coming out of it. But at Social Security, I'm probably not going to get that. I mean, I love to be able to help folks right now, but by my time, I'm probably not going to see any of those Social Security benefits. But again, that's why you're saving and you're preparing and all that kind of stuff. But I just think that, yes, some people abuse food stamps, but I think the majority of the people, I won't say majority, but I think many of the people who are receiving them and all the things that you have to go through to get those food stamps, I don't think they're going up there waiting in these lines and filling out all this paperwork just to you know, abuse what you're receiving. I don't think, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, there's some, but not all.
I know people go and, you know, give me $50, I'll give you $100. Hey, come on now. Nowadays it's 75 for 100. But anyway, all I'm saying is, I know that happens. I get it. But man, I know a lot of people that really use their food stamps for the right purpose. And you mentioned they getting $200 or $300 a month for somebody who's single. They really ain't getting that much because I mean I know when I was getting, I think it was like $100 and some dollars.
You got 100, I got like 87.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't a lot, right? It was just a little something to get you something by. You know what I mean? It wasn't a whole lot of money.
Well, you know,
to supplement.
Well, statistically, go ahead.
The part that kills me, and I work in auto finance outside of this, and it kills me when I have customers that call in, their cars are repoed and they're wanting to get back into their vehicle, and they're like, well, they took away my food stamps. That's because you got a $500 car note.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, yes, you can buy some food if you go back and get your cash car.
Right.
And it's quite obvious you can't even afford this car that we've given you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta do kind of right with what
the other side of it. Yeah.
You know,
they take your food stamps for what, the car?
Yes.
If you have a car?
So how it used to be.
Or if they see you're spending that much money on a
car. Right. Because they can pull it all up in the system when you go to the food stamp office, and they can see, you know, that you have a car payment, that you have a bank account that's negative. Like, they can see everything. And if they see that you have a car payment that's $400 and $500, they gonna minimize your food stamps. If you get rid of that $400 or $500 car note, you can go and get you some food.
So they should be in a better position.
Yeah, they can see. They can see all of that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like if you're going through all of that to apply for it and to put all your business out there, I would hope that you're not gonna abuse it all the time. And don't get it twisted. Again, I know people buy food stamps all the time from other folks, but I'm just saying,
wherever y'all at,
majority of the people, I just don't feel like they are out there just abusing this $100 that they get in a month.
Now and $100 don't go far.
I'm saying, but now let me tell you what, because I agree with everybody at the table. I almost called it the gas station. But the thing is that what gets me is that the people that are going to be affected, for example, those who are disabled, who cannot work, because you gotta think about it, Mo, probably when, let me see, I'm 40, about to be 42, retire, hopefully. Let's see, maybe 59 and a half, maybe 64. Okay, so maybe that's about another 12 years. So about another 12 to 20 years, we'll all be looking at retirement. You'll be somewhere in a nursing home. But what happens
be under
is,
50, so I'm good with it.
But what I'm saying is that we also be looking forward to retirement around that time frame. Around that time frame, Social Security probably will be next to nothing.
Yeah.
If it's in a particular way that it keeps being spent and spent and spent and more spent. I think now, even though a lot of people are going to suffer, I think that this is something that may benefit in the long run to actually really do increase the employment the employment some kind of way, and not only that, to really actually get people into a particular place of actually them bettering themselves. Because now I don't talk about Elizabeth Warren too much, but she says if you elect me, all Americans will have free education. So if you think about something like that, if there were people that were actually the crutch was taken from them, where they cannot actually say, okay, well, you know what, I do get food stamps, I do need food stamps, I work real hard, or I don't work hard enough. Maybe I need to take a look at changing myself to better myself for whomever comes behind me. Because at the end of the day, one thing about Donald Trump that I can say about him is that he has generational wealth. And so the thing that we're not looking at is that we are not pushing ourselves out of hood mentalities for a lot of us, you know, and then some of us need to change. We may have a disability, but you can't be getting mad at your disability is, for example, you know, when you wire your jaw shut and you can jump in the gym, or you can take your medicine like you're supposed to, or you can do the different things that you need to do to become more of an able-bodied person. I think that, I'm not saying this to apply to everybody, but I think if an autistic person can make it in New York City from birth all the way up to their 60s and can have children and a family, then us as Americans, as people of choice, we can do something just a little bit to better ourselves, to help us get over the social projects of what people think we should be, and how people perceive us.
Q, I'm gonna interrupt you here.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm gonna say this. When we were growing up, you remember that little speech that they gave us when we were singing? That they told us that we weren't gonna see 21, and that we would have like 3.5 kids before. Who said that? Oh, they told us this in high school.
We used to talk bad to now.
We
gotta talk bad now.
We gotta talk to bad.
Yeah.
You mean by your
teachers? And see, this is the thing.
This is when corporal punishment was even. We get licks and you get shoved around a little bit. You got roughed up in the hood. You know.
But this is where I tell people all the time. It is not about where you come from. It's about where you're going.
Right.
Because you know, grew up on Keystone Pope. So for anybody that don't know, that's the hood, and that's Oak Cliff, Hood Central.
I still don't drive down Keystone Pope.
You see what I'm saying? However,
Not at night.
we went to the K, and known for fights and getting stabbed and drugs and all that stuff. However, it did not stop where I was going.
Right.
If you look at our classmates, we have a numerous amount of classmates. The top 10% of our class were mostly male athletes, which is unheard of in most schools. On top of that, now we're all doing pretty well for ourselves. Everybody's not perfect, but we're all doing well. We're not where we were. So it's about growth, and it's about everybody having that personal drive. Because where you're talking about 12 to 20 years retiring, I'm sorry, not for me. I got a plan in my head. 45, I'm out. Deuces.
But that's still the difference between skill and will.
Well,
Right.
I also would
You know?
say too, a lot of people, you know, depending on your background and the situation that you come from, I get we all want everybody to better themselves, and I feel like everybody at this table, you know, you're doing your thing. But at the same time, you know, for this food stamp program to just say, okay, well, if you ain't gonna do the work, we just gonna take your money away, right? However, I think that there's a way to go about doing that. Like, what happened to all the programs that were supposed to help these people find these jobs and find
Right.
work? Let's say if you can't find a job, well, you got to enroll in this program for 12 weeks or 4
Exactly.
weeks. I don't know, whatever it is, right?
Right,
I'm just
right,
saying, don't
right.
just say, okay, I'm gonna take your money away. You still gonna have to go and figure it out and try to find a job, but now you ain't gonna have no food and you gonna be, you know what I'm saying, trying to find a job and you gonna be hungry.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, if you would say, you know, and I don't claim to be an expert at all. I'm just thinking on from a logical standpoint, you would think if you're going to try to still help these people, I get we need to have our own willpower, but not everybody has it, and not everybody has seen what it looks like to have willpower, and not everybody has those people in their corner pushing them to do better and pushing them to get out there and change the status quo or whatever the case may be.
Right.
And so I think if you gave them those skills or resources or programs or whatever to help them, you know, get better, then you could do that. But right now, just taking their money away ain't gonna push them to go get no job. That's just gonna make them mad.
Well, that's gonna do them put them on the corner.
Commit crime.
Wow.
Because they're gonna be hungry. Because a hungry man is.
But the Bible says if you don't work, you don't eat, bro.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that's true.
That's true.
But then again, the Bible also tell you that it was a bunch of people that Cain and Abel found wives with too.
Yeah.
So
Moving along.
Yeah.
Moving along. Let's see. What we got? Let's see. We go to break at what time? Let me see. We go to break at 10:30. Actually, well, we passed 10:30.
No, we
11:05.
yeah.
All right. So real quick, let's talk this real quick. This is also something that's affecting us right here in Dallas, Texas. HIV experts saying that, excuse me, HIV is spreading in an area south of downtown Dallas. Experts say, and I don't know why the rest of the story. Oh, this is a video. That's why. Okay. No wonder. Okay.
But we talked about that a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
everybody was so distracted at that one point. We was like, did everybody just forget about AIDS and HIV?
Yeah.
They got us so distracted on all this other stuff, they acting like it ain't still an epidemic.
Yeah, like what's wrong with y'all? Strap up.
Well, now let's talk about that. Let's talk
you
about
can't just say
that.
strap up.
I understand that.
So that's what you call me for.
I understand that. However, what I'm saying is, okay, you're having all these instances of where these diseases are spreading. Not only the sexually transmitted diseases, but then you have these resurgence of diseases that have been eradicated because they have vaccinations. So to me, protect yourself. Do something. Make sure you're protected. At the end of the day, it's about self-preservation. You have to protect yourself, and whether that's, sexually or just general health, you have to make sure you're protected. And so I'm not understanding why all these cases, guys, keep it in your pants.
Listen,
That's easier said
I'm
than
saying,
done.
come on, we
Way beyond keep it in your pants and put an umbrella on you over your head and all. We way beyond
Look
all
here,
that.
I'm sorry. I grew up as a football player in Texas, a star athlete in Texas. It was thrown at me every day.
It's thrown at the common man on the street.
But that's what I'm saying.
You still have to go beyond wrap it up or keep it in your pants. It all comes logically. You know what I'm saying? Stop thinking with him and think with your head above the shoulders.
But let me tell you.
I mean, it is what it is. People gonna goose. People gonna goose whether you tell them not to.
I agree with you 100%, but you gotta think about it. Where are we failing as it relates to sexual responsibility? Is at home. We are failing at home.
What homes?
At what
Exactly.
home?
What homes?
There is no home.
You mean those broken homes, the ones that the kids are
Right.
trying to find
And
love?
wait a minute,
because they don't have it at home?
and and I'm gonna say this because, like I say, I don't know where y'all come from, but I remember sex ed in school. I
Hell, we went to
remember.
the same damn school.
I remember that.
You can learn sex ed at school all you want. Like I said, we
Yeah,
all went to the same
but Mo,
school and you was having sex in the school.
But
So, I mean,
but now Mo said something. You did too. Mo said, these broken homes. Okay, these children, who are going through all these different things. But Mo, let me tell you something. One thing about some of the teachers that we did grow up with. Let me give you an example, like Miss Bostic.
Oh, loved her.
I miss Miss Bostic.
I love her.
She was one teacher that got in your business at the crib because she didn't care about how your parents felt, that day. When you bring your child to school, you need to come to my parent-teacher conference because I got something to talk to you about your children. Mm-hmm. In other words, sometimes these kids that come from these broken homes, they don't have any mentorship anymore. Mm-hmm. Everybody is saying, okay, well, I'm going to go to school and I'm going to make my money. I'm going to the crib. I got my teacher retired because I don't pay Social Security because they all may enroll me in there. And if I stay in there about a good 5 years, I get that little chunk out because it belongs to me because I work for the school district. But then we get mad when the kids is bad as hell. We get mad when they come in with disabilities that their parents don't want to identify because there is no connection. And I feel that it has a lot to do with the superintendent of schools because, first of all, if I was a superintendent of school, your child cannot attend my school until I see and meet your parents. Period. Why? Because when we were growing up, our parents was a part of our school life.
But you can't do that because
yes, you can.
People don't even.
Mom,
when I tell you they don't have parents.
I'm not saying. But for the vast majority, just like you say, Mo, you be at the schoolhouse, you see these people cheering, pick up their folk. I know it's go to break. When you see people pick up their children, Mo, I'm going country. Pick up their children, and one didn't come in your classroom. One didn't come in there.
Because she got to go home and get ready to get infected with AIDS.
It goes.
No.
It goes.
She ain't got time for that. She ain't got time for that.
They don't have the love. See, these kids are reaching out, and these are young adults, and these older adults are reaching out because they're having sex because they want someone to love them. They haven't differentiated sex versus love. And so you keep going for it and going for it and going for it because you're emotionally thinking, because you're emotionally
but their parents don't know the difference between sex and love.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not just the children, y'all. You have a set of people who just want to be loved. And if we can speak to that, we can lower the numbers because then you'll have the respect for self and respect for others, and you'll do what's needs to be done.
And this is what's happening. The children are growing up in survival mode and not on love. Mm-hmm. So you have to change that because it's very evident when you grow up in a home with love versus survival. Mm-hmm. And you lose everything when you're making your children grow up in survival mode.
And on that note, let's go to break.
Okay.
I'm gonna take us to break real quick. Okay, so I thought about this before I did this.
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Something in Common by Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston. I played this for Mo because that's one of her favorite songs, and you told me you liked it too. God bless your heart.
Yes, Lord, I'm playing it at my wedding.
Then, new joint by Deborah Cox called Easy Way. It is a cool little joint. I want you to crank it up, bro. We'll be right back.
Deborah Cox is an amazing vocalist.
I love Deborah Cox.
I think a lot of the women now are getting downplayed.
Okay, let's see.
Really good female vocalists are getting downplayed by the Beyonce era.
No, if you don't have Clive,
can we plug this?
No, it's just me.
No, it's hot.
Oh, it's hot.
Yes.
Oh, break the door.
Whitney had Clive too.
I ain't got nobody
I'm
else.
still mad at Clive for her body was still in the her body was in the hotel and he still went on with that Grammy party. That didn't sit right with me.
Yeah, when she passed away. Who did?
Clive Davis.
When I went to Grammy party, even when she had passed away.
After who had passed away?
Whitney Houston. She was still in the hotel. They couldn't bring her down, and the Grammy party was going on below in the hotel. That he sponsored.
Right.
Oh wow.
It's crazy. I was just singing this song the other day in the car. I was singing, y'all. I was singing like Bobby Brown was in the car. But I don't want the real Bobby Brown no more. I just want Woody. Woody was, the one that played him in the movie.
Oh, Woody, the one that played him in the movie.
Yeah, he would have to come home every day and stop lines from the Bobby Brown.
I'm hungry.
I had Cheeto before I came.
No, I'm going to brunch house. I'm getting this soul food. Okay. She just came here, so that's what I said. I gotta take it down to the farmer's market.
Oh, you just gonna take it because she's so sweet.
No, I don't like it.
Y'all not going?
He sent the information and said,
Huh?
he sent the information to you.
Thanks for letting me know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I hit this.
Q, listen to this. Listen to this.
I don't understand her.
Listen, listen. Here we go. Ready? Honestly. Q, listen.
Hey!
Hey y'all,
She did the
what's up everybody?
she did
Make
the
sure
national anthem.
you go
Yes.
to www.thaafterparty.com/party awards. I want you to go right now and vote for Mash the Gas because we are the life of the damn party. Okay? Do that right now. Right now.
Yours is what?
Right now.
How about yours? So you only be the one I be
So
seeing.
Sarah, are you having a good time? Y'all, thank you so much for coming.
She was like, oh my God.
I love Tashara's energy.
I said, poor lady. She's like, what did I get myself?
Yeah.
No, we actually turned down. We turned down.
Some girl, you didn't watch all of them. Just go back to the old days.
Oh, you should
Before me.
with that girl.
What happened? Which one?
Tell her about Selena and I.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Mo.
He spent 23 years in jail.
Mo.
What? We're still on live. Okay, so. We'll talk about
Hold
that
on.
later. Right?
I got you.
Everybody, check this out.
I'm listening to the way.
I think, let me tell you something. I think what we're going to try to do, this is not a promise to y'all, but we're going to go and have lunch with Tashara after this. Shout out to Brunchaholics.
Yeah.
We'll be there. And
Yes,
we'll have a
Yes,
little
we coming,
lunch.
brother.
Now y'all speaking my language.
Oh, she woke up there. She woke up.
And so today,
That's the best
today they have
Okay.
the loaded seafood potato.
No.
Do they have music there?
Yes.
Potato. I thought it was a burrito.
No, it's a loaded seafood
Potato.
potato. Yes.
Brunchaholics, we in there.
We'll
In
be
that
over there.
thing. Y'all be looking for my live later. Okay, I like having black girl ladies on my live. And she got a Barbie shirt on, man. She got a Barbie hair.
See, Q, you never
Ow.
See,
I might try to duck
Q,
it with these little
you really
earrings
never
she
listen
got.
to
You
me.
You
know what
can
I mean?
have
Yeah,
them.
Mine,
real cute.
Never listen to me.
That's my sister style.
this is a new song by Deborah Cox.
I listened to it just one day real brief.
I like Deborah Cox. I mean,
Why your face turn up on that? She
Okay.
said, yeah, she like,
It sounded like, I mean, I like Deborah Cox, but
This ain't hitting for you.
no.
listen to the
It's
words.
trying to sound like everybody else.
No, it's not. Listen
no,
to the
I don't
words.
think so. I don't think so.
I'm gonna show you something.
Everybody got their own little style.
Mom.
Yeah, my sister's talking about where can I go and get this potato?
Oh, farmer's market.
Yeah, it's farmer's
You
market.
gotta go to the farmer's market. That's what a potato is. Look
Okay.
for Brunchaholics.
Send me. I want to make sure you
They
get the count.
they have a black tent, and the guy has a Texas Tech bucket at his. Yeah, he went to Texas Tech, but it's okay. He
We
didn't
gonna
go
give
to
him a little
Texas.
love, yeah. We gonna give him a
He
little
didn't go
love.
to Texas, so and his people's from PV, so you get love.
Yeah, that's the only way he getting his love.
Now his
People
food
from.
good.
No, I'm talking about people from.
Yeah, his people's from PV.
From.
Oh, we talking about next. Oh, we ain't even.
Yeah, we ain't even
This
making.
girl is
We
great.
ain't
I
halfway
love
through the
Deborah Cox.
damn show.
That's all right. You know,
But
we
that-
don't always do everything according to plan.
Yeah, we gotta jump straight down to segment 3.
Okay.
So we going to segment 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, get it back on track.
Cause next week we doing the do's and the holiday don'ts. The do's and don'ts. Right? Oh, I got something for you.
Listen to me.
Oh, my bad, man.
Yeah.
Stand by.
All
Is that your vocal? Yeah. I just
fine.
tagged y'all on. I just tagged y'all on when
Oh,
she did
yeah,
something
yeah.
yesterday.
No, we just talked about it. We didn't post it.
Stand by.
We didn't post it.
I got it. Look,
We're
man.
not supposed to.
We're one in now.
I got it right here. It's right here.
It ain't?
Is it picking up? It's picking up, right? It's alright. Okay, that better? That's better? Okay. I
think we
I will work with the engineer because I understand the engineering and I appreciate you, Landon. Plus, he's a Saints fan.
Yeah.
What you think we gonna do this weekend, bro?
Better than the Cowboys.
I reckon it's better than the Cowboys.
Everybody reckons better than the Cowboys.
That's not true.
We'll back everybody.
Yeah, because they're the first.
Listen, if you want to join the conversation or if you have any questions for our girl, Mr. Shara Parker, area code 214-717-4827. Again, we're right here on the afterparty.com on the B side of things because, as like most say, we are bad like that. Now, see, you know what? See, you can't just give black folk compliments to nothing.
You can't say black or colors.
No, black
She acting
folk.
colorish. She acting colorish.
Oh no, yeah, you're right.
She acting colorish.
You know how we got colored and black folk? You remember
That's
how
difference.
All right, so
being real
y'all,
colored.
so is Billy D. Williams gender fluid or not?
No.
He old. He didn't know what he was saying.
Yeah, he's old. Poor baby.
He just needed, and me and you had this discussion. We had this discussion the other day, and I also had it with my brother. There is now money by saying those things. Celebrities are now coming into the knowledge that, oh, if I say I'm gender fluid or if I say that I'm this, they're gonna get breakout roles. They're gonna start getting more media attention, which means more dollars in the bank.
I do like his. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I do like the point that he made in his second interview where he kind of he was like gender fluid. I started hearing all this. I'm like, what are we talking about? And so what I do like that he said though is that I want his teachings that he learned over time. He wants men to get in touch with their softer side, and I would love for you guys to weigh in on this because I think a lot of times too, you know, some of the fellas, they feel like they got to put on this hard role and at least all these communication issues and just all these things, and I love how he articulated what he actually meant by saying himself or herself and all of that when it comes to using the different verbiage to refer to yourself. And so, you know, I appreciated that, and I like that he clarified it, and there's nothing wrong with either side of the coin. Right. I just like from what he said as far as what he really meant by it, meaning that he wants the guys, and you know, women too, we can try to be super hard and all this stuff all the time too, but anyways, I like that he said I want everybody to get in touch with their softer side and to actually feel and to get in touch with those feelings on both sides.
I think
men and women.
Yeah.
I mean, women are already more tapped into our feelings.
No, absolutely.
Than anything.
But sometimes we can put that hard shell.
So what are you doing? Q.
I'm trying to focus.
I like
Q. Other than playing with your phone, what do you think? How do you feel about gender fluid?
Well, actually, first of all, let's clear something up. Being gender fluid does not mean that you're a homosexual.
Right.
Okay. Let's clear that up. You know, people talking about gay this, gay that. Being a person that that to me, I embrace a lot of people. So I don't care if you are a guy who has a little bit more feminine tendencies than, you know, myself, you know, or anybody else, you know, because, you know, at the end of the day, every man has a feminine tendency. I don't care how hard you are. One day you're going to get called, you know, to my child, please. I mean, you know, something is going to happen, you know, so I'm not tripping with that. But the thing that gets me is that as men, I'm going to talk as a black man, our issue is that we have a certain stamp on what masculinity should look like. That's our problem. You know, we do have, for example, there are some guys who think that, you know, for example, being a hard ass thug is what masculinity should look like, versus you have someone like Pharrell that, you know, says, you know, I'm more of a classy guy, you know, this is how I dress, this is the new masculinity. Now I didn't like the curtain balloon parachute looking thing.
Technically,
but I was looking at Pharrell because I follow him because, you know, I really like his fashion, you know, and he was saying that he decided, you know, to identify with what man that God was making him to be, and that's what we're not doing. And so for Billy D. Williams to say that guys should get more in touch with their softer side, I think that what he was maybe trying to say is that men should be able to express themselves in a safe manner. Okay, because what happens is that a lot of times as guys, what do? We shut down. We don't communicate with different things. Or if we do communicate, it's in a way that she's gonna get the point. You know what I mean? And so the thing is that, you know, that causes a lot of abuse in relationships when we hold things back, or if you are not saying you're hurting me, or look, baby, you know, you messing with my manhood when you say stuff like that. You know, if we are not open like that, then there are some things that we're going to run across.
I would agree. I agree with you mostly.
Mostly, okay.
Mostly. However, what I need people to understand is that you have to, I completely agree with Billy D. Williams, you have to embrace your softer side. You cannot be hard all the time. I know you all have seen the relationship me and my dad have, right? Mm-hmm. Now, growing up, like I told you, my dad was very hard on us, but he wanted to set a standard. So once you go out into the world, you're trained to do certain things to get your life together. You're trained in a certain manner to handle your business. But also at the same time, yes, he was hard on us, but he also showed us that, hey, I have to learn how to show a softer side. So he was very honest about it. I don't necessarily know how to do that because my father didn't show me. So I'm going to go overboard sometimes. And my dad did. He always does go overboard trying to show us love sometimes. Because I remember when I was 25, I just wanted a radar detector for my birthday.
A radar detector?
Yeah, a radar detector. That's all I wanted for my birthday, right?
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
I understand. I only wanted like a little $99 radar detector.
$99?
He said only 99. Like
radio.
Only 99.
Radar protector.
A radar detector. I just wanted the one that was like $99.
Oh, okay.
That's all I wanted. Because my dad knows.
Down lead better.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
However, my dad was like, well, look, you graduated from college. You got your first house. You know, you doing your thing. So he went overboard. So me and him are in Best Buy. I'm like, okay, well, go figure out the radar detector thing. You talk to the guy because he likes talking to people. Good. So I'm going around. I give me a couple CDs, and we're gonna be out.
Come on, CDs.
Exactly.
I still got him.
Yeah. Thank you. But anyway, he went overboard and got me this like $400 radar detector. It's like, Pops, I don't need that. But I say all that to say this, guys. You have to learn how to express yourself. And you're not going to be perfect. You're going to stumble. You're going to fall. You're going to make mistakes. However, it's to push forward to make yourself better. Not only make yourself better, but make the world a better place for your children and your offspring. That's what's important. So you have to be able to understand. Mm-hmm. Because just like when dads deal with young girls, when they start their attitude, their mood swings when they're growing up, and I'm not saying every girl does this.
We all do.
Yeah, starting at age 4.
We all do.
But age 4.
But there are some things that my sisters got away with, like grunting and storming out the room. That as a young boy, I was not allowed to do.
Y'all got to storm out? Wow.
Yeah, I didn't get to storm.
Yeah,
I didn't get to storm.
My mom, you know, with them, you know, that's the difference, like between you and I, because I grew up in a single household. Mm-hmm. See, my mom didn't tolerate any kind of puffing and huffing of any kind, because she, number one, I'm a man child, you know, and then that's what she, man child, get somewhere and sit down. She was, in other words, saying, you know, I know that you're becoming a man, but you stay in a child's place because I'm gonna knock your head off, you know. And mama, still to this day, you know, I don't cross my mom, you know, so you know.
But for men though, the thing is, and what he's saying is, there are a lot of men that are very afraid to show that side because they are gonna, you know, they think that people will perceive them as being weak, which again is just very dumb to feel that way. Men, you know, you watch your dad raise you and your brothers and sisters, and he the man, and he take care of the bills, and he go to work, and he do everything. So that's what you think that you have to do. But the thing is, now the time frame that we live in, you now have women that are just as capable. Not saying that we want to step into a man's role, but as a woman that is truly your soulmate, truly your helpmate, she is not going to allow you to be all of, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's there to help. Right. So yes, we want you to communicate. We want you to open up. We want you to come to us. If you're hurting, hurt. Even if you're in a position to where this is just mentally broke you down, right? You know, and you don't want to go talk to someone else. your counterpart should be there to help you get through that.
Right.
You know,
and this
but
is
men
where,
think it's weak.
This is where learning chess
I mean,
at a
not
young
all
age.
men do.
Right, not all men do. This is where learning chess as a youngster, my dad taught us a lot of life lessons playing chess. And it sounds like a weird thing, but if you look at the chess pieces on the game,
Moves and counter moves.
moves, counter moves, taught you how to prepare, think ahead, and also the most important piece on that chessboard is not the king.
Of course not.
It's the
always
queen.
the
The queen can move wherever she wants.
to. Yep. And your job is to
And
protect
she
her.
always protects the king.
And she always protects the king. However, at the same time, that king has to make sure that, hey, everything is handled. Everything is good, so this queen can do her
So
role.
she can move around.
So
You
she
see,
can move around.
But you know what? But see, now that's you know how why was my sister keep calling me? Okay, it's not important. I called her this morning. She's just trying to get me. Okay, so the thing is that I agree with you because I feel somewhat like that with you, but let me tell you what we're running across though a lot of times. What we're running across a lot of times is guys don't know what kind of man they want to be. You know.
Why do you think that is?
First of all, here we go. First of all, I believe that men struggle with identity, trying to find out what they need to be, is because we have a lot of single parent households. Number one. I mean, now I'm not saying that, and listen, ladies, y'all know I've already said this 1 time, 2 times, 3 and 4, but just because you raised your son, that don't make you his daddy.
Facts.
Okay?
Facts.
I'm just saying that. Now, you lay down with him, and if he wasn't around, y'all take that up with whoever you take that up with. I'm just saying that I feel like, what we need to do is find or help these little guys with role models of some kind. If you don't have a dad at home, that's why I'm with my nephews all the time, because I may not be their dad, but I'm your uncle. And I'm going to be a male presence in your life, so you can see what responsibility looks like. So you can understand, listen, if she say this is what she mean. This is what she thinking about. Listen, what are your goals? I want you to look forward to being a better man than your dad and me. You see what I'm saying? Right. And so what we need to do, we need to help these kids figure out who they want to be, because now everything's emotionally driven. Everything that these kids are more in tune with how they feel now, because that's the way the world makes it. We just, tell us how you're feeling today. Go home and tell mommy that the sunshine made you feel warm today. I mean,
but this
live there.
This is where it takes that parenting at home, and you have to stop being your child's friend. You need to be a parent first. So you can be in touch with your emotional side. You can be in touch with, you can be that quote unquote gender fluid. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing about my dad y'all probably don't know. When it comes to washing clothes, my dad is the boss.
Oh yeah.
I hate washing clothes.
Oh yeah.
My dad is the boss. I'm gonna tell you right now, because when we were in college, the number one thing to do was to bring your clothes home and let dad wash them.
Oh
man,
so
because and you laugh, but I still struggle to this day. I can't wash clothes as good as my dad, because my dad washes clothes and he washes your sheets and your towels, and he would have them smelling like Downy for like 3 weeks. How he does it, I don't know.
They sell Downy in the store, right?
I get that. I get that, but there's something he does.
Something else he does.
Something he does that
he
makes.
Put a little love in it.
I don't know.
That's how women are with cooking. Put a little love in it.
Thank you. But when he washed, and it was like, hey, even now, if I'm sick, I will ask my dad, hey, Pops, you mind doing my sheets and towels for me? Oh no, I got you.
Whatever.
But he makes my sheets and towels. But this is what I'm talking about when you talk about gender fluidity. There is no role that says it has to be done by a man or a woman.
Absolutely. Right.
See, this is what he taught me.
Even though it doesn't say that, I am big on gender roles. I always have been, because even though I know how to change oil, even though I know how to change a tire, I feel a man should take care of everything outside the house.
Right.
Yeah, you're gonna call
not saying that I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna call somebody
I believe
to
a
do
man
it.
should take care of everything outside.
I'm
and
gonna call
not
somebody to
inside
do
the
it
house.
because I
You
ain't
can
got
call them too, that's fine.
But-
Yeah, I call.
This-
Y'all get done.
this-
Y'all
this-
get done.
But
Yeah.
do you
Somebody do it.
do you understand though? This is how you set up
Like
your
that,
your
right?
your relationship as a king and a queen. Do you understand the fact that number one can do it all? Number two should be able to do it all too. It's just that number two, the queen, is not necessarily having to, but in the event that she needs to, she can step up and get it done.
But that's
because
what I'm saying, but-
the most dangerous person is not number one. The most dangerous person is always
Always
number
number
two.
But that's what I'm
It's
saying.
always
Everybody tells
number
me
two. I
that
agree.
Pence is going to be the one who he believes what he. Donald Trump just spouts it out. Pence believes it. That's why I said that I'm
But
scared.
that's what I'm
Listen.
saying. But men don't seem to understand it,
That was off
and
topic
being
myself.
single and in the dating scene as of right now, a lot of men don't feel that they are a man if I pay for dinner.
But I think also,
Like
you know,
it's crazy. Like just because you are the man and you were raised to lead and be the head of the household, that don't mean I can't do it too.
well, I mean, but I think
it's
also,
bad.
I
No,
think
if you want to
that,
pay for dinner, he can pay for
I mean, absolutely.
No, I mean, it's,
I mean,
I
I'm
can
trying
afford
to
to pay for my own dinner too,
But
but if
right.
if he is in that, I don't want to say role because I'm not a fan of always having these roles, but if that's something he wants to do,
I
Let
absolutely
it do
agree
it.
with that. But
Why not?
my thing is, if we are in a relationship and we're in a partnership, just because you don't have it this week and I got it this week, that don't mean we
well,
gotta
that's
sit at home.
different. That's different. You said something different now. Well, you clarified, right?
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm saying if we going to dinner, we going on dates, and he wants to
Oh,
pay,
yeah,
and he
you
keeps
go ahead.
offering to
Yeah,
pay and all
yeah.
that kind of stuff. Yeah, I can offer to do it one time, but if he keeps saying, "No, I ain't about to keep asking," like you got it, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Here's the thing: I can pay for my own dinner.
Right.
We can all pay for our own food, and that's fine. But if that's one of his ways that he shows his, I don't know, appreciation or whatever,
And I'm
that's
all
cool. But
for
again,
it.
with what you said,
Yeah.
if 1 week he doesn't have it, yeah, I'm coming out the gate like, hey, swipe
Right,
on,
we
let's
ain't
make
gotta
it
be
happen.
Netflix and chill.
Yes.
We can go out. I got
There ain't
we
nothing
can
wrong with
McDonald's, we
Netflix
can
and
Waterworks and all
chill.
that.
I
Hey,
mean,
movies,
but
whatever.
at the same time, I mean, go ahead,
All I'm
Charlotte.
saying is,
Charlotte.
if he don't got it, yeah, I'm gonna pay for
Yeah.
it. Cool. And even if he does have it and he wants me to pay for it that time, I'll still pay for it. That's not a big deal to me. So it is what it is. We ain't
That's
gotta sit at the
very
crib.
nerve wracking to me. To we ain't got to sit at the
But you
crib.
know, this not this video. This I want you to, reel it in.
You
You know how I feel about
Bring it
that.
back
You know
on
how I
in.
feel about
Bring it on
that
in. Bring it on
stuff, baby.
Think of it like this: he may be comfortable with you paying for it, but he may not be comfortable with others see or say, because it's happened to me. I swiped the card, we were out, and I even heard a woman say, "I know she ain't paying."
And all I'm gonna do is
They
turn
need to
around and say,
mind their
baby, that's my
business.
business.
But, you know,
Mind your business, boo.
but you want to take that in consideration. So it
For
may not
him,
just,
yeah.
Yeah,
So
of
it's
course.
society. So I had
Well,
to
I
turn
slide
around.
you the card under the
You
table
turn-
and you gone and swipe.
I had
What
to-
you say,
I had to turn
Wow.
around and
What
say,
you say?
"Bitch, this is his card."
Okay? Yes.
I
Okay.
got his name on.
Okay.
All right,
Mind
real
it.
quick,
Well, that's what I had to do. I mean,
before you take us to break, not just yet. Okay, let's talk about something real quick before we come back. All right, so according to science, okay, sex, yes, it say that the good sex stuff prevents heart attacks.
Well, good sex.
Yes. Why you think old people in them
They ain't
old
say
homes?
it ain't no. It ain't say it has to be good sex. It just said
It
more
just said
Sex.
more sex. But that's why them
More
old
sex.
people. That's why them old people that be in them little
It
assisted
says-
living. They be at each neighbor house.
Check this out.
Baby, they be living a long time. They living a whole lot longer than us. Because, baby.
Somebody said write him a prescription.
So for the study, researchers tracked 1,165 men between the ages of 40 and 70, and for an average of 16 years, and analyzed their health history in order to understand the relationship between sexual activity and cardiovascular health. The research discovered that the men who had most sex had the lowest risk of developing cardiovascular disease, and to get into more specifics, who had sex 2 to 3 times a week were 45% less likely to have heart problems than those who don't get
Because,
them
baby, that's
regular basis.
cardio. That's a whole workout.
So listen,
Baby, it helps.
Well, we just got through talking about the HIV and spread and stuff like that in South Dallas. We still encourage you to wrap it up. But, to increase cardiovascular health, scientists say over a 16-year period
Come on, preach.
that you be
He is a
able
preacher.
Is he really?
Yes.
you be able
That's why he
to
got a sweater vest
keep
on.
ticking.
Ordained.
Keep
Yeah.
ticking.
Ordained, yes.
So, yes.
I'm all for it. I'm
I'm
telling
all
y'all, that's
for
why
it,
them
too.
little old
But
men,
how
they
many
be still
people really
moving.
having sex 2 to 3 times a week? Even married couples ain't.
No.
That's
really
their
having
fault.
it.
Married
I'm
couples
just
don't.
saying.
No,
That's
you know
their
why
fault.
married couples don't have sex Tuesday? Because hell, somebody trying to wash the clothes, somebody trying to pay the bills, and somebody trying to clean up the
You
kitchen.
know what? I think that's why I'm kind of glad that I'm waiting so long to get married, because by the time I do get married, having children is probably going to not be an issue in my marriage. So the fact that we can have sex 2 or 3 times a week, it ain't going to be no problem, because we ain't got to chase the little one, we ain't got to chase this,
Okay.
we ain't got to wash the clothes, and we ain't got to do all
So
that.
here is-
I'm going to hire Maria. She's
here
going
is-
to come in
Maria-
Saturday
Maria-
morning. She's going to do all the work.
Not on Saturday morning. Get a Monday through Friday. It's cheaper.
No, I don't want all that. No, I don't need her all them days. Cause I
Just
promise you,
Wednesday.
because when my man come in the house, we ain't got no kids. When he come in the house, you been at work all day. I've been at work all day. We gonna eat this
Okay,
meal. We
let
gonna
me-
go in the room. We gonna do what we got to do.
And
Hey,
Maria
come
don't
on,
need to be nowhere
Maria
around.
needs
When
to
he
stay
come
up
home
at the house.
tired.
Let me give you some
She got to come Saturday so she can clean up all this
Mom,
mess
take
we done did all.
take us a break, Mom. Give us a break on the break. Take us a break, Mom.
So as we go on our break, we're going to listen to Fentry Sex.
Fenty sex.
Fenty Sex.
That's
Fenty
Sunshine
Sex.
About
song.
who?
Yes.
Dreezy.
Yeah.
Smino and
Smino and
Dreezy.
Right. And then Do Me Baby by Melissa Moore. And then
Yes.
Do Me Baby.
That's my song.
We'll be right back, y'all. Y'all are
Let me give you some
retarded.
advice about that marriage that you
saying.
want. You need to get a man 14 to 17 years younger than you.
I am. I'm actually in right
Younger
now. I'm
than her?
37, gonna be 38. I'm looking for men that are
You
between
don't
the
know
ages
so
of
much.
25 and 30.
Because of the sex,
That's what I'm
they
looking
won't
for.
have the equal. They won't have an equal sex drive.
No,
They
that
will
is not
You're
true.
not listening.
Mo,
They
I
will
am.
not.
Listen, I have
No,
a very
no.
healthy
You-
sex life.
You're looking at
I don't know what
average.
y'all talking about.
No, most women
Mo.
no, most women hit their sexual peak between the ages of 33 and 40.
That's true.
So I'm trying to tell her a sexual peak for a guy's when.
Between 18 and 25.
Do the
That's what I'm
math.
saying.
But
Go younger
this is the
sometimes.
thing.
But you do
Okay,
got
now
very
you-
rare occasions.
I would say you actually
If he is
guys
still a slut puppy.
guys.
Word of the week.
I'm not slipping.
Word of the week.
Guys,
This week.
well, check this out. Guys, first of all, it also depends on the libido that a man has.
Right.
So, like, you can have sex and do what you want to do as a youngster from 18 to probably 30 or whatever the case is. But after you get 30, what happens is that the sex may get fewer, but it gets longer for a lot of guys.
I'm down for the.
For me-
I'm down for the.
I mean, so-
more and all of it.
I'm
I
just
promise.
trying to
I mean, then you got enhancements and everything else.
I'm not
Look,
doing
I'm gonna tell you like this.
I'm just
Every
There-
man is different. It's not always.
There is
gonna
a
be
differentiation
I'm
between.
trying to figure out what
No.
y'all
And I'm
doing.
we're gonna take some practice times. We're gonna
Look,
get better each
no,
time.
Practice
This
time.
is what you have to understand. The drive for a man changes when he gets older. So what may turn you on at 18 to 25 is different from what turns you on 30 to 50.
Mm-hmm.
Because what turns me on now is you can have all the sexy lingerie. That's lovely, sweetie. And you do that for you.
That's
you
lovely,
wanna,
sweetie.
Yeah,
That's why I
you do that for you.
You know what?
You want to get made up and come to bed and we can get
You
it
don't
on,
care
baby.
nothing about no bonnet.
No.
Don't bring your
No.
bonnet on to the bed. Reggie B right there.
No,
ready
you,
for
actually,
Wow.
I want her to put her
Wow.
bonnet on. So it'll keep her hair
You
done.
like the bonnet?
Oh,
I like the bonnet because it keeps her hair done. Because if I done pay for
No, I
you
ain't
to get your
wearing
hair
no
done,
bonnet.
sweetie, I want you to keep it
Well, you
good
got
for
the
me.
No, I want
You
you
got
to
the
pull.
satin pillows,
I need
so
to
you
pull.
Yeah, I do
and all
got a
that.
satin sheet.
Yeah, so
You
it's
absolutely
all right.
right.
So
I
it's gonna be all
do.
right.
So, but no.
That shit make you sweat.
But in the wintertime, it's wintertime. Sad sheets are good.
No, hell no. I
Yeah.
sweat.
If
I
we're
sweat.
not sweating in the
Around
bedroom,
the
that's a
house,
problem.
sweat.
Somebody ain't working hard enough.
No. See,
I sweat too
No.
much.
Somebody ain't working
I
hard
sweat.
enough now.
you need satin sheets to work in the wintertime so you don't have
It's
to
our
put all
bed.
that stuff.
I know,
Our
Mo, right?
bed.
Wait a minute, Mo.
Our bed.
He got, wait a minute, look, Mo, look. He got satin sheets on a mattress cover.
That's about it. I'm not a bad
Wait,
You know what? I mean,
Look,
I
if you
can't do that. I want
if you got a Stearns and Foster mattress,
Oh,
if
Lord.
you got a Stearns and Foster mattress, you best believe
Can't
you
have
gonna
no
put
silly,
that.
Yeah.
can't have no silly pasta pizza.
No,
I mean, I'm good with that. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry, but I had a ceiling, and until I upgraded to this Stearns and Foster, I'm sorry,
Okay,
I'm not going back.
Because she's stuck. You make it go back.
Oh,
I am not going back. So, but yeah, y'all retarded.
I'm just saying.
So how we gonna do the end of the show with the encouraging words? We gonna let Tashara go first, or we gonna let her go last? Or you want to see how we do
How
this?
you want to do it? We gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna give you a little bit.
Yeah, what you want to talk about?
It doesn't matter. I guess I'll see how y'all do it, and once it gets to me, I can chime in.
I love how she's so poised.
Is
Emma,
11?
So poised.
No,
You remind me of my sister so much, and my sister's watching. My sister's watching. You remind me of her, so your mannerism and just everything.
So,
And that's exactly
so
how
what we'll probably do
that's the
is
bougie sister that
I will skip.
What are you talking about over there?
You want to got the plus and everything like
My
plus
lips are
everything.
chapped, Mom.
You just
My
remind me of her
sinus
so
and
much.
stuff, you know, I'm getting all well and
I
stuff,
told
and so. the
Why you
air
plan
and
on
stuff.
meeting somebody at the brunch or
No,
like
I'm over eating ice.
No,
He got his watch.
use the CBD that I gave you.
I did.
No, use that, and you need to put it like on your nose. Put it on your nose.
The man
and
has taught you to use that. The brother man is teaching you to use
I mean,
the
I
other.
know I'm not stopped up or nothing. I'm just saying.
No,
like,
what I'm saying is it will help with, because you got to remember something, that your body takes in moisture through through the insert, so your nose and your mouth.
I was waiting on
That's
the
where
word.
the moisture comes from. So you have to make sure that your nose and your mouth are moisturized. It's not just your lips.
And how much water are you drinking?
That's not good. That's not do me, baby.
No, it's not.
Where is Landon?
Landon, what you doing? Where did this song come from?
Wow.
Is that Rihanna?
Engineer Phil.
Say, man, you're
No,
embarrassing me
it's
in front of my kids.
Since it's 11:37, you want to go back since he.
No,
What time is it?
we'll just go ahead and rock it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
It's cool.
don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I want the Prince version anyway.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So we're gonna do
This-
this one, and we're gonna come back.
The 1 minute of it. So we come back. Now I like Prince's version, but this version is the version that you like dance to.
I
on
mean, I
dance floor.
know.
Yeah.
See,
I'm
but
just
I
like,
can't
get
dance
in
on the
more.
dance floor these kind of songs because then we be in the car.
Oh,
That's
wow.
fine.
Like I said, it's just one of them days. They have the same name. I don't know how it happened.
Do me, baby, and go outside in the
Like, in
rain
the download.
and a download.
I
Oh.
downloaded them for some reason. They got the same name.
That's great.
Well, it's not our fault.
Where'd you get that one? The shirt. Where'd you get that one?
Oh, I made this.
Oh, you made that?
Yeah.
You
I
made
need one of
sure it's
them.
nice.
2X.
It's my shirt. It's my
I need one of them. I need
Golden
2X.
royalty.
Stolen.
Stolen royalty.
Oh,
You don't see what it got on there.
Yeah.
Nova 504.
Yeah.
You
no.
know.
You know.
I do one with 817 and Jeff Dub too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm gonna need one of those in the 2X, please.
And 2X.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, baby.
Yeah.
White is fine.
Mo,
White is
stop
fine.
being Mo. What is wrong?
Look, and y'all was talking about that.
Really?
This is just
Me and him have a great relationship.
She.
No.
Oh,
You know,
man.
when I come in a little tardy, you know the first thing you said? Well, damn, look at the clock.
wow.
Before y'all even start.
Stand by.
Before y'all even start. I'm like,
Y'all funny.
Y'all are hilarious.
Well, yeah, because you ain't up on time. You know.
Well,
She got 2 times. No, actually 3. 3. This is her 3rd
Because I
time.
had the Uber because my husband was
Right.
at work. I saw
That was 3. That was the Uber time. So yeah. So I give you 3. So
she
she
did. I'm not a
she
big
gets
Uber
like one a
fan.
year.
I'm a Lyft fan. I'm more of a-
Do me, baby.
Mm.
This is a song that you play when your husband coming to house and you want to
No, let me tell you something. This is
a week. I
let me
promise.
tell you. This song. This is the kind of song that you play when you get ready to set a romantic scene.
And we back.
That's
And we
what
back.
it is.
We
And
back.
we are
Y'all,
back.
y'all came back
So
on the romance.
again,
I just wanna.
You ready to set something up?
yeah.
Okay.
Like, let me give you an example, Mo, because you know I know you ain't had nobody ever do this to you before. So what you do is you bring her into a nice candlelit room filled with nice lavender, vanilla, and strawberries. And
I don't need that.
yes, you do. Yes,
My
you
man
do.
gonna be
See,
so
see,
fine anyway
listen,
when I
listen,
get
I
in
mean,
the
so
car.
that's,
it's fine.
so that's a problem right there. We trying to get you some babies made.
I
Okay?
don't know.
And
See,
then when
stop
she
making
walk
babies
in,
for me.
when
She
she
don't
walk
make
in, when she walk in the room, you already got her garments already laid out for her, and you already got a nice tray of food and her
Somebody's
favorite.
been
Oh,
How many times
oh
you
no!
done this?
How many times have I done it? None of your business. So anyway, and then when she comes in, you know, you greet her at a bubble-filled bath, and you turn on the jets, and while she's
too
in.
fat for a bathtub.
Come on,
No,
Jits.
no.
I'm too fat.
No, you need- no.
No.
Oh no. See, I want you to tell him not to
Listen
take
to
you
the
back to the
gender fluid
LaKenta.
people.
You don't need to go back over there no more. Well,
I'm
I
not
want-
a LaKenta baby.
I
Not ever.
want him to take you to the Intercontinental or the Omni somewhere.
We
Or
a
the
Dolphins-
W.
we a
Or the
Dolphins type.
W.
We a Dolphins type.
Okay, well, we can go to the Dolphins too. That's fine. And then when you get up in there, then what's going to happen is you're going to meet her in the bubble-filled water, and you're going to pour the lavender oil into the bathtub, and you're going to rub her down
Is that
with
what you're
it.
gonna do?
Absolutely. Because when she gets out of the tub, she's going to get a fresh whiff of that mint that's mixed in that lavender. And then Melissa's going to be playing in the back, going to be talking about "Do Me Baby," and you won't have to worry about fellas if you're going to get you some head that day. You don't have to worry about that. Everything gonna come to you because she gonna be relaxed and everything is gonna be all right, and you can do whatever you want to do, and you gonna have you some cheering made.
Well, and with that being said, y'all call in to get hooked up with Q at 214-717-4827, and he gonna get your lavender and all that kind
Let
of
me tell you
stuff.
something, because that kind of stuff ain't cheap, and everybody don't get that.
We didn't say that. You gotta test.
Y'all just call me a slut puppy. Y'all don't need to.
I
Y'all
didn't
can't be
call
having
you-
people
Hold on,
thinking
Q,
I
that
love
pray
you. I would
dates.
never call you a
Okay.
slut puppy.
Q,
Okay?
I call you.
Just so we're all on the same page, you're not a slut puppy.
No,
I'm not
no.
slut
Q,
puppy, mother.
you missed the show and you was down in Houston doing what time?
Let's move on.
Was it
No,
lavenders and oils and
no.
stuff? Was it lavenders and oils at this time?
He was in Houston, missed the show because he was in Houston at the same time that AKA Boulay was going on. Were you not?
I was there.
Well,
And that's all I'm gonna say.
Look, next topic. Come on.
All right.
Because the same way you reel it in, you gonna
Reel
reel
it
it in.
in,
You
huh?
gonna reel.
All right, here we go. So it's time for encouraging words. It's time for encouraging. What we do every week, Tashara. Thank you again so much for coming.
So we gotta let her plug herself.
I'm trying to.
My bad.
I'm trying to get to it. I'm coming. Would you mind telling us how we can reach you and all this good stuff, and then tell us, a little bit about other things that you do outside of WFA?
Yeah, I'm very, it's simple to reach me, at Tashara Parker. That's on everything, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything out there. It's all at Tashara Parker. So it's TASHARA Parker. I commented in the video, so you can follow me there.
Absolutely,
That's probably
yes.
the easiest way. Every morning, news at daybreak. Wake up with us 4:30 to 7 o'clock. We're just making it happen. Outside of work, usually I'm in the community. It's been an adjustment moving to Dallas over the last few weeks, so I haven't really gotten plugged in as much as I would like to yet. But it's only been, not even a month yet.
Okay.
And so anyway, just waiting to get plugged in. I was heavily involved in the community in East Texas.
Yes,
did a lot of
absolutely.
work out there because I always feel like, the only way to get out and to meet people is to get away from what I call the desk at work and actually get out in the community. And that's really my pride and joy of why I really enjoy the job, because I get to meet so many different people. I get to meet all of you guys. Although, you know what I'm saying? Like, there will be no other reason for me to be here had we not had that connection. And then, you guys invited me out. So I feel like that's the best way to do it, to get out and to meet people. And it's the funnest part of the job. You're affecting people's lives. It's crazy how you can affect somebody's life just by speaking to them or just by being the exact same person that they see, on TV and in person or whatever the case may be. I always get shocked. Well, not shocked, but it's interesting when people meet me in person. They're like, "Oh, you're the same person. I thought you was what you thought."
Just so sweet.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
so sweet.
They think you somebody that's completely different, and they appreciate you, being that same person that you are on there. So, I'm not really plugged into a whole lot of places just yet, but I'm pretty sure I will be in the next couple of months, because I already got people emailing me and sending me messages about different things that are going on across Dallas, and then I had some people reach out to me, so it's all over. I'm sure it'll come with time for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And listen, you have an open invitation here on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Listen, I can't. Well, I hope you come back to see us. We know it probably won't be anytime too soon, but
Yeah.
as soon as you can. Okay.
You got exclusive rights, so.
Yeah, we got you.
See, I want-
We need to get some exclusive rights now.
You got the Master Gas stamp now, so
Hey.
thank you so much for
Yes,
coming.
welcome.
And if you had any encouraging words for the people out there, I don't know how many of y'all looking and watching this stuff, but give the people some encouraging words for us.
I would just say, in any situation that you go into, and I live my life by this, always do the best you can. A lot of times we get into these situations, either you're intimidated or, maybe you have an introvert personality. We talked about this actually at an event that I spoke at, an alumni event that I spoke at Texas A&M. But anyway, just go out and do the best you can with whatever you have and really just try to make it work. We're all at some point trying to reach the next goal or trying to do the best we can for our own situations.
Right.
Just do the best you can and try your best not to take anything personal in any situation that you're in, because a lot of times too, we allow we were talking about emotions and all that earlier on the show, but we allow our emotions to get in the way of different things. And so I just think do the best you can. Don't take anything personal, and you'll go far in life. That's just what I live by.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. Mo, come on, Mo. Give us some encouraging words, because
Well, no.
y'all always say I got to go last, so go ahead.
Well, just because you're a little long-winded.
Go
But I
ahead.
just want everybody to know this is 2019, 2020 is coming up. Listen to this. If you make it to 2020, if you make it to 2020, you gotta know it's better because you can see it's better.
That's good, Mo.
If you make it to 2020, you good.
Absolutely. Good, Mo. That's good. Miss Shimmy 2.0.
Oh yes, Shimmy 2.0. Yes.
What you got?
I'm just gonna say this, and it, my normal is live out loud, live your purpose.
Okay.
Now it is a matter of finding your happy.
Finding your happy.
Your happy, not what other people want you to be, not what other people want you to do. Find what makes you happy. Enjoy what makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, when you die, when you go on to glory, it's gonna be about what made you happy.
Absolutely. Okay.
That's good.
Brother Hendricks, what you got, bro? What you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real simple this week.
You gonna keep it real simple?
Real simple.
Y'all trying to be funny.
No. I'm
Y'all
not
trying to be funny. Because it's 13 minutes to the end. Y'all trying to say I talk for 13 god doggone minutes?
It normally be like 15, but we cut it off.
Wow.
They words, not mine. So this is what I got for everybody.
Y'all trying to be
Sometimes it's not about the destination.
right.
You gotta enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
The
Absolutely.
ups, the downs, sometimes the 3 steps back and 1 step forward.
The 12 steps back.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Enjoy the journey, because sometimes you'll get to the destination and you'll miss the journey.
Right.
And sometimes your lessons are not about getting to the destination. It's about the journey along the way.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's good, bro.
Love it.
Slow it down
That's
sometimes.
good. Now listen, everybody, you heard all this encouragement right here on Master Gas Entertainment. Listen, also want to give you a couple of reminders. Again, the Party Awards is going to be on what day, Mo?
Saturday, December 28th.
December 28th. At what time, Mo?
Well, you need to get there at 7.
Get there at 7.
Get there at 7.
Get there at 7.
And then don't forget that the VIP section is limited.
It's limited.
So you want to be in the VIP section.
Want to be in the
Trust
VIP
me,
section.
you want to be in the VIP
They
section.
got some things going on. They talk about massages and stuff, and they whole lot of stuff
Can't
going
let
on.
everybody touch you. Can't let everybody
Listen, let me tell you
touch
something. If you are a licensed massage person and you want to massage on me, yeah, that
You
too.
want to be
And if you want, to
Yeah.
do that, you can massage my shoulders in my cute outfit. I don't care, So I'm cool
Oh, the
with
one
that.
that's gonna be like ours, but different.
Absolutely. And so this is the thing. We have been nominated for the Life of the Party, y'all, for the
That's what it
third
is.
year straight, which that signifies actually the best show at the After Party Radio.
Yeah.
So we are the life of the party, and we want you guys to go and vote www.thaafterparty.com/party awards, and then scroll down, log into your Gmail, and vote for Master Gas for the life of the party. Listen, we be in our family up. I've been texting, wearing the hell out of my crew.
I got 12
every
Gmail
week. I'm telling you, I'm on it with them. You know, I got everybody voting, and we're gonna make sure that Tashara vote as well.
I got you.
We appreciate your vote, and I'm gonna make sure each crew member has voted because most don't know how to work phones. You know, she don't know how to work phones.
She was the first one with an iPhone 10.
And
Yeah, I just upgraded to this Mo 11, and I'm over it.
I'll tell you,
give me my 6 back.
Mo, tell you something. Mo has a rotary phone at the house, and that's like a steel ring too. Mo,
no, I'm not talking to them. You can't believe a man with 2 shirts on.
If you count my T-shirt, make it 3.
3? Oh Lord!
Because it's chilly outside.
That's that body fluid gonna be.
Your little
room.
So listen, real quick, before I give my encouraging words, I just want to say, make sure you check us out on next week because we're going to be talking about holiday do's and don'ts. Listen, now I'm gonna give you just a little taste, but I'm gonna talk about regifting.
I got some do's and dating and don'ts in dating during the holiday time.
And then we're gonna talk about Secret Santa F-ups.
Secret Santa F-ups.
Yeah.
You know, Secret Santa can be a horrible game to play, especially when you
doing it at work is the horrible part.
I've actually had pretty cool Secret Santas at work, but when you do Secret Santas with people in your family, it's even worse because people play too much. You know, I don't like joke gifts. You know, if I go, the minimum we say is $25, and you buy me $25 worth of socks, I got a problem with you.
Why? It's a gay gift.
No, I don't give a darn.
You might need them socks, because them socks that you might have.
I can buy my own socks. I buy my own socks, my own drawers, my own T-shirts. I don't need you buying no personal items for me. Listen, if
they might have seen a hole in your socks.
Look, give me a gift card to the steakhouse. I'm cool. We can make $25 go towards a $75 meal. We can do that. Okay, I'm cool with that.
Well, how about your sermon this week, sir?
Actually, I don't really have a sermon, but I will say this.
Yeah, we're rocking like
There is something that came to me this week. Y'all know I always talk about the different issues that I have with pastors and stuff like that, especially after I found out about that pastor that was sex trafficking those children in Miami. That bothered me a little bit.
A little?
Yes, a little bit. I'm saying a little bit because I can't, as disgusting as it is, I can't take that burden. You know, so my issue has been, Tashara, is that I feel like there are too many pastors who are taking advantage of their people while their people are suffering. You know, I don't believe that there are enough pastors in the community. I believe that a lot of pastors should be like me and get from behind the pulpit and get in the streets and help people. Because at the end of the day, I want to see everybody go to heaven, but at the end of the day, what is my charity like? And if I'm not giving to people other than talking to you and telling you how to live, at the end of the day, I'm not exemplifying service. To me, servitude is getting out and finding where the need is and going where the need is, wherever it is and where it may be at everybody's capacity. Because let's face it, there are a lot of people who are suffering that go right over there to the Potter's house, but they can get counseling services over there, and I appreciate them for that. You know, I can go and say, hey, you know what, I feel depressed. They have numbers where they can connect me to the different people that I could talk to for free to help me. So I'm talking about things like that, and then a lot of them are small churches. But I've been praying about some things regarding my own personal self and how I could maybe, increase and don't have my mind, just badgering pastors all the time, because I want to be that kind of guy. And the Lord said something to me, no joke, y'all know I don't talk like this all the time, but said to me, says, you cannot self-inflict yourself with other people's issues. So sometimes we have to be careful that when you see other people that may be doing wrong or even going through, sometimes you have to leave the issue right where it is. You can't, just because, for example, you're a pastor, but you're not a good pastor, but Reggie's a good pastor. I can't say that all pastors are bad because I saw something in you that wasn't good.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying?
That's how people do it.
And so we have to be careful how we view people, because at the end of the day, sometimes I may see something in Tashara, for example, that I may not like, but the people that she loves and is connected to is for them. It ain't for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have to embrace each other's walk. We have to be able to don't put so much of a heavy burden on us for the things that we can't control. Because at the end of the day, we have to look at what we're doing to make the change for the world that we're supposed to make the change for.
Right.
The richest place in the world is a cemetery, because people die without fulfilling their destinies. And that is all I got.
That was a short sermon.
That is all
You
I
did pretty
got.
good this week.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I got. We got 5 minutes left. And let's see. Our song in this song is Needed Me by Rihanna. But since we got 5 minutes, real quick, Mo, I want you to tell everybody about Mo Talk.
All right, everyone, 2020.
Let's go. 2020.
All right, so Mo Talk is my podcast.
Yay! Yeah.
Mo Swag, Mo Talk. So I'm gonna let you in something. I have some pretty. Okay, so I got one interview named Dre, 23-year-old locked up in prison. He comes out. He decides he's gonna be a new man. He only went to prison for murder. You gotta hear what he says. His one-on-one with me had my mouth, so I didn't do no talking. I was just like, what? My mouth was open the whole time because I was asking stuff like, so what about reform and what about this? And he's like, so this is what happens in prison. I'm like, what? But so he went to jail for committing murder, and according to him, I only killed somebody who killed somebody, so that was a wash. I was like, whoa.
Wow.
But no, it gave me an insight to a psyche that I didn't know. Then we talk about generational incarceration, and I'm like, generational incarceration? He's like, yeah, I was incarcerated. My brother was incarcerated. I was like, whoa. I was like, I didn't know this was a family type deal.
Right.
What?
Right.
You didn't know
I
that?
didn't know. See, my cousins who went, they call it vacation, and they go because their other cousin can't do the whole time. They do 6 months. That's all they do. Vacation. I didn't know this was real stuff. And then we talk about how his life has changed because he wanted his life to change.
Right. Right.
I was like, whoa.
Right.
So he got married to a beautiful woman, inside and out, and they just closed on their house.
Right.
So wait, he's how old is he now? He went to jail when he was 23.
No, he went to jail for 23 years.
For 23 years, okay.
He got out last year, right?
Got out
Last year. Mhm.
And you just connected with this person?
Yeah, on this show.
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, you got to see them. So for 12, yeah, for 12 months, it
Gotta
was
see
just
that
amazing.
show, baby. Gotta see
And
that show, baby.
And then I get to talk to Dr. Cleveland Sellers.
All right.
Dr.
Yeah.
Cleveland
That's
Sellers.
what's
If you've
up.
ever heard
Yeah.
of the Orangeburg Massacre, Orangeburg, South Carolina, he walked with Martin. He knew Martin. He knows Jesse Jackson. These are friends, and he will talk to you how they accused him of the murder, how he had escaped to DC, how he went to Howard, didn't finish because he wanted to help out in the civil rights arena, and everything that happened. Because you see his son, Bacardi Sellers, on CNN all the time, but he's out of South Carolina. Somebody I grew up knowing. Someone who I grew up knowing didn't know who he was. Was over his house just chilling, open the drawer. They're like, get the scissors. I'm open the drawer. I see his what? I see his Harvard degree. I say, this is in the drawer. This is in the drawer. They're like, yeah, we know. Just get the scissors and come on.
Right.
Yeah. Someone who I knew but didn't know who he was. So I get to interview him. It is a 2-parter. It is 6. We were talking for 6 hours.
Wow.
So I'm excited.
Wow.
Well, Mo, listen, I'm proud of you.
I'm
I'm so proud of you. Listen, each one of my guys, when they doing something. Miss Shimmy is a stand-up comedian. I am proud of her. My boy Hendrix is doing his thing with the Aggies, and you got to tell them about the tailgate party.
Oh yeah, so
We're supposed to be tailgating one more time,
We're tailgating
right?
one more
One more time.
next Sunday at the Rams and the
Against my
Cowboys.
will.
So
Yes, my man.
y'all come out. The game is at 3. Me and Pops will be setting up probably about 7 o'clock. I suggest you get there early because parking gonna be crazy. And yes, we're gonna have the Saints tent set up as always.
I'm wearing a Steelers shirt.
You do your
So,
boo.
and I think I'll bring a banana pudding. I'm gonna make sure I got the banana pudding.
You
right.
need to do your banana pudding. Don't be drunk this time when you make it.
Ah, yikes.
Did you mess it up?
Yeah,
Yes,
you put
I
caramel
did.
in there.
Yeah.
And instead of the vanilla flavor, I put
Yeah.
caramel. And it was
Caramel
nasty.
bananas. We had bananas and flambe.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
Listen, everybody, make sure you
That
check
sounds terrible.
check us out on next week. We about to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching again, share and follow us. We appreciate it. We see you on the flip side again. Our song that we're gonna end with is "Needed Me" by Rihanna. We'll see you next week. We appreciate all the good stuff. Peace.
Bye.
Okay. I'm hungry.
Let's go
get some
eat.
food.
Man.
Let's
Food
go
time,
eat.
food time.
Yes.
Yes.
But we'll just
But no, we're gonna do it live there.
You still on the live, y'all.
All right, everybody.
Meet us at Brunchaholics. We on the way.
Is everything all right? Y'all all right there?
the
Okay.
chair. The chair.
Okay.
Good
We see y'all in a minute.
All right.
Make sure y'all catch our watch party this evening too.